UFC 311 main event changed overnight, and here you will get every detail of how it happened. Moreover, UFC London complete card is announced, so let's start the video to stay updated with the fight world. I'm the Indian accent guy and you are on the fight book. Arman Tsarukyan is out for tonight's fight at UFC 311 against Islam Makhachev as he has injured himself cutting the final pounds of the weight last night. Dana White revealed that they got the news at 1 a.m. last night. A team was sent to Arman's camp to handle the situation, but his pain got worse and he withdrew around 7 a.m. in the morning. After that, Ariel Helwani revealed Arman had not been promised an immediate title shot upon his return. I was looking forward to seeing his secret move, or maybe pulling out was the secret move he was referring to. Anyway, Dana White revealed stepping in to face Islam Makhachev for the title is Renato Moicano. When they called Islam Makhachev, he said, "Brother, I'm the champion. I fight anyone. I don't care." John Anik says Tsarukyan and Renato Moicano's chief cornerman is the same person, which means Moicano was aware of the issue. He had an idea that he might get the title shot if he made championship weight, so he did, as he thought the opportunity came and he accepted. Mystic Moicano called his shot back in December in an interview on MMA Fighting, where he wished someone would get injured so that he would get the title shot.
I hope they broke a leg or something so I can jump in and fight for the title.
He is now fired up and repeats his last thought before the fight that he can't afford to lose. Dana White said on the official weigh-in show that Moicano's opponent Beneil Dariush will not get a replacement opponent for UFC 311 and that the UFC will take care of him. Dariush then told the Schmo the UFC paid him his show money as well as his win money after being removed from UFC 311. He has been promised a good fight next, and Dariush would like to fight Dustin Poirier at UFC 314 in Miami in April, if not Max Holloway or Michael Chandler. Champ Islam Makhachev in his first post after the news break quoted himself in a tweet that has a picture of himself reading a quote from himself. Then he sends a message to Dana White via Instagram asking him a simple question that now you understand what is the meaning of pound for pound. If you don't know, Jones had declined to defend the 205-pound title against Chael Sonnen on 10 days' notice after Dan Hooker pulled out of UFC 151 back in 2012. On the other hand, Makhachev has now taken on Alexander Volkanovski on 10 days' notice and Renato Moicano on just 1 day notice. Dana should now really need to stop his campaign of making Jon Jones pound-for-pound king again. Another fun fact is that 7 years back in 2018, Khabib Nurmagomedov had also fought Al Iaquinta on less than a day's notice for the UFC Lightweight Championship. Now his protege is doing the same. Even Vince McMahon could not write it. Khabib, by the way, reacts to the new UFC 311 main event and sends his support to Arman Tsarukyan for a healthy comeback. He further said they're not gonna underestimate Renato Moicano. Now, in case you are among those who thought Charles Oliveira should have got the opportunity, so let me tell you that Oliveira was next in line for the lightweight title shot and not the backup fighter for UFC 311 main event. Moreover, he had recently said that he doesn't want to take any of main event fighters on short notice as they both are too good. He just wanted an in-cage face-off against the winner, which is now very unlikely because Arman Tsarukyan is still the #1 contender. Anyway, after Moicano vs Dariush is removed from the main card, Jailton Almeida vs Sergey Spivak fills the empty spot, and their spot is filled by an early prelims fight between Zachary Reese vs Azamat Bekoy. In other important news from the weigh-ins last night, the California State's Athletic Commission forced Kevin Holland to remove his earrings before stepping on the scale. Merab Dvalishvili responds to Umar Nurmagomedov criticizing him for training in America and not in Georgia, and Jiri Prochazka brought his fan Ashley McGarity, who is battling cervical cancer, to the UFC 311 weigh-ins. The former champion revealed he actually shaved his head to show support for her as she had lost her hair going through chemotherapy treatments. Moreover, Chris Weidman has announced his retirement on the weigh-in show, and Hezbollah headbutt Alex Pereira during their face-off. In other news related to UFC 311 card, Khabib shares his thoughts on Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov fight. Although he accepts that Merab is better than Umar in wrestling, but in MMA, he still considers Umar Nurmagomedov as one of the best mixed martial artists. Merab also has his best friend who gives him as much support as Khabib gives to Umar. Aljamain Sterling believes Merab is not going to lose this fight, and he also says he is never going back to bantamweight division again no matter what. UFC 311 headliner Islam Makhachev had stated during fight week that he wants to become a double champ, but he doesn't want to fight Bilal or Shavkat Rahmanov. Bilal Muhammad responds to these comments via MMA Junkie and said he also doesn't see a scenario where he fights his friend Islam Makhachev. Bilal says he would move up to 185 after defending his belt 2 or 3 times, and then Islam can fulfill his desire to become a double champion. Renier says he was offered a top 15 opponent after his spectacular debut, but they rejected the fight, and then Kevin Holland accepted it for UFC 311. Israel Adesanya revealed that he is a fan of Peyton Talbot, who is headlining UFC 311 preliminary card. And UFC has officially announced UFC London main event, which wouldn't be a surprise for you if you are a subscriber of Fightbook. Complete bout list is also revealed, with Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg being billed as the co-main event. And that's all in this video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and share your thoughts about UFC 311 in the comment section. Do subscribe to stay updated, or do whatever you want.